Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the second part of the video that I filmed this morning. If you guys watched the first 3 battles, you have seen basically me talking about the win conditions of the first video today. This is basically the second part of the video where I'm just going to show the remaining battles and where I identify the win conditions. So here we go, Dewgong into Feraligatr. My aim is to first IC win at this point. So he's gonna go for 7 Hydro Cannons and then 7 Shadow Claws and then fire the Hydro Cannon just before the IC win hits, which is correct. So Hydro Cannon is gonna come and bring me into the maybe light yellow a little bit. Yep, and then I'm gonna go for 1 and then IC win. So this will debuff him slightly. Okay, so at this point he decides to opt out and go into Typhlosion. Now if we look at this point, why I farmed up, because all I needed to do on Palkia is to farm down this Typhlosion because he's basically switch locked. So I'm not going to waste my energy on Typhlosion. I'm just going to go Dragon Breath full and I'm going to go 2 shields full because I know I can take out Typhlosion while Palkia is still quite healthy. Yep, so I'm going to double shield on Palkia, and what this does is basically I have more energy on Palkia. So I have more energy on Palkia, I have Shadow Feraligatr at the back of the opponent's line with 1 Shadow Claw to Hydro Cannon, and now coming with Annihilate. So I'm going to farm up more. So the win condition here is basically to fire 2 Aqua Tails onto Annihilate, which will take out the 2 shields if he doesn't shield. If he shields. If he doesn't shield, it's good for me as well. I can take him out. And then coming with Drapion to try and catch or to try and soak the Rage Fist pressure. Yep. So that's the second shield. So he basically fired the first Rage Fist here, which was just nice on point with the Aqua Tail as well. Yeah, so at this point Palkia is useless, right? So we have a Feraligatr with 1 Shadow Claw remaining to Hydro Cannon. And now I'm gonna go for CMB Tai. Why? What's the win condition right here? Okay, so I know Aqua Tail can take out with maybe 2 more Poison Stings. So I'm gonna follow for Rage Fist and I went for a CMB Tai. So if he doesn't switch out, I can farm Annihilate down and then I'll have an extra move on Aqua Tail on Drapion. And why I switched out now is because I wanted to snipe onto Annihilate using the Dewgong, but he swapped out as well, so not really in need of a win condition, but yeah, I could have farmed down. So I was predicting he's going to switch out, but I didn't know it was just nice at the point where I was also going to switch out. So yeah, the win condition there was to get Annihilate onto the CMB Tai, and then if he doesn't switch out, I can farm faster into the Aqua Tail. If he switches out, I will just farm 2 more, and then basically Feraligatr will take me out, right? And then I have energy on Dewgong just now, and I could have fired on Annihilate with dry energy. So now Dewgong into Dusk. Yep. Okay, opponent save switches into Dusclops. We have Dewgong, and now we have Drapion catching a move on Dusclops, which is a Shadow Punch, not very strong. So now I can basically go direct and over farm. I'm trying to get to 7 Poison Stings first, but at this point I gotta go for 4 in the next round. Okay, so it's a Shadow Punch and Ice Punch Dusclops, not very effective. 3, 4. This is a 4 count, and then we're gonna go for a Crunch. Dusclops will leave this, so he can no shield this Crunch, but it will take him to the low. Yep, and now I think I let this go. Let's see what happens. Oh no, I do shield. Okay, so yeah, okay, at this point I'm trying to farm down because I see a lot of value in the Drapion's energy level, and I know he's about to get to a move, so I need to fire my Aqua Tail after 4 counts. If not, he'll fire the Shadow Punch after 3 counts of Hex. Okay, now he comes in with Clodsire. Okay, so this is where the win condition happens. So I have a Drapion low, but I'm low on shields. So I'm gonna try and fire first Aqua Tail and then come in with Dewgong because I have extra energy that I stored earlier, and then instantly fire combo move with IC Win. So I'm trying to take this Clodsire to at least get it to debuff. Fortunately, he went for 2 shields, so I was able to get to this. Yeah, he went for 2 shields, so now I'm in a 1-0 shield scenario. Now the win condition here is we have a Jump Bluff in the back, right, which is weak to Dewgong. The reason why I wanted to put Dewgong here is because Dewgong can withstand more charge attacks from Clodsire, especially now that it's debuffed. So I'm just going to try and fire off as much Icy Wind as possible. I know another Stone Edge might take me out, so we'll see. If it doesn't, I'm just going to fire the Icy Wind first and then come in and farm down with Palkia. Okay, so it doesn't. Come in and farm down Palkia, yep. And so I banked the Icy Wind basically, and then farm down. I know it's not going to get to the Stone Edge because it's 7. And now we have Jump Bluff, and now you see Draco Meteor landing on Jump Bluff. Yeah. So I know Dewgong cannot take another Energy Ball from Jump Bluff. That's why I wanted Palkia onto Jump Bluff, just in case. And just in case, yeah, it does a lot of damage, right? So that's why the shield is there as well. Okay, so let's go for the next match. And these matches are all in real time, so it's not sped up or anything, so you can basically count the number of fast moves that I'm doing. Alright, yeah, the next match. Yeah, all these videos are not cut, or I try not to cut them as much as possible unless I'm like going out the screen to try and catch things on the floor. But I try to keep the videos like one battle after another, so that you guys know that it's basically legit battles and I'm doing it with true execution. Okay, Dewgong into Drifblim, very good lead. I'm basically super effective on him. He switches into Registeel, so I'm trying to farm up to the first drill run. I want to try and get some damage onto this Registeel first, because I know I have another Drapion against the Drifblim at the back, so I'm not very worried. I'm trying to fire up the drill run, and then I'm going to instantly pivot with Palkia, because now he's on half health, and this is the opportunity for Palkia to farm down Registeel. Although Dragon is resisted on Steel, the Dragon Breath will be resisted, but I can still farm him down. Focus Blast takes about 15 counts of lock-ons, and lock-ons doesn't do a lot of damage to Palkia, so this is basically free farm for Shadow Palkia. So now we are up on energy. We have 1 Aqua Tail banked with maybe 1.5 amount of energy. So we have a Drifblim. I think he's gonna come in Drifblim, yup. And I'm gonna go for 2 Aqua Tails. So we'll see if he shields the first one. So my hope is to take down the 2 shields from Drifblim, given that it's Shadow. First shield, and now we have the second one. This might not knock out because Aqua Tail is also quite a weak move, and Drifblim is quite tanky, although it's Shadow. Oh, okay, so he double shields both. Good. So now they double shields both, this is where the win condition happens. I was going to come in with Dewgong and try to fish out the last guy, which is Blastoise. So now we are up on energy. I think I can save my shield for Palkia basically, and then keep going with Dewgong onto this Blastoise, and then I still have a fully healthy Drapion. So Palkia is basically, I'm planning to use it as a farm down strategy. He goes for the Skull Bash, and I'm gonna go for the Drill Run. Okay, why I didn't go for Icy Wind? Because I wanted Blastoise to be a little bit low on energy, low on health, so that it'll be a bit easier for Drapion to come in and put pressure onto. Okay, sorry, yeah, for Palkia. So, okay, I came in with Palkia. I know he has to fire a move at this point, because if he doesn't, I'll just farm him down, and then yeah, aligning my Drapion onto the Drifblim. So okay, this is dangerous. So this win condition also comes with a catch. There's still a Drifblim, so I got to save my shield for Palkia, because there's still, I got to save my shield for later, because I know there's still a Blastoise. So I need to farm up to 2 Aqua Tails at least, or at least 1 Crunch and 1 Aqua Tail. So you can see I'll farm a little bit more, so I can fire 1 Crunch, and then given that I'm double debuffed on Icy Wind, that's where the shield comes in. So if yeah, and this is the second one. So if I didn't farm up to 2 moves, I wouldn't be able to fire on Blastoise. Yeah, Blastoise and Drifblim like together. So given that the Aqua Tail was double debuff, I wasn't sure whether I could have destroyed the Blastoise. So I still needed at least 2 moves. So that was the win condition. A little bit harder to identify because we were on 2 Pokemon, but I was also low on health, but I was up on energy. So it's very crucial to know how much you need, given that you you also memorize the health bar of the Pokemon that have been switched out as well. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go Dewgong into Azumarill. Similar situation as I think in the first video, so I'm gonna go first Icy Wind. They have the first count to Ice Beam as well. Sorry, 5 counts to Ice Beam as well, which is on the same count. So he decided to go for 6. Okay, Icy Wind coming in. Debuffing, he's not going to do a lot of damage. Okay, so he's on 9 counts on Bubbles. So he can do 1 Ice Beam and then again, he goes for a Play Rough, so it's 3 counts of Bubbles. So now I go for the, okay, so since he went for a Play Rough, this is where I went for another Icy Wind. I don't believe that multiple Play Roughs can knock out Dewgong before I knock him out with 2 more drill runs. So I'm going to debuff him again just to try and see what he will do. So with the thing with Dewgong is that when you debuff your opponent, you know your opponent is going to do less damage, and that gives them like a question mark on whether they should switch out or not. I'm trying to force him to switch out. That's my main aim here, because I want to see what's the second Pokemon, and then I can work out my win condition from there. Okay, I can take 1 more Play Rough if I'm not wrong, and then fire 1 more before I do 1 more Ice Shard before I do another drill run. Yup, see, I take another Play Rough, fire 1 more, I can do another drill run. If I'm not wrong, this doesn't take out the Azumarill, so we'll see. Oh, it takes out, okay, good. So now I have switch advantage. I have a very low Dewgong, so yeah. I'm not going to switch out, I'm just going to let whoever take me out. Okay, the good thing is Azumarill is not on Palkia, which is good. And now I see Grumpig, so I'm going to farm. I can get to a crunch just in time for Grumpig to also get to a Dynamic Punch. For some reason he didn't throw, so I think he was waiting for me for my next move. Yeah, so crunch fires, and now we have Saber Eye, or a Shadow Saber Eye. Sorry, normal Saber Eye, yeah. So I'm gonna come in Palkia because I know I'm up 2 shields, he's down 1 shield, and he has a fully loaded Grumpig on Dynamic Punch. Shooting the first foul play. I know this does quite significant damage, so I'm gonna shoot, and then shielding the second one. Okay, what am I doing right here? I'm trying to basically farm down on Saber Eye because opponent is 1 shield. I'm trying to farm up to 2 Aqua Tails just like before. You see me farm to 2 Aqua Tails, and then now I can pressure on Grumpig. So first Aqua Tail coming through. So I think it takes like about 3 charge moves, and Drapion is on 0 energy currently. Yep, second charge move coming in. So he shielded the first one. So this Aqua Tail will do quite a significant damage on Grumpig, maybe about a yellow, middle yellow. Yep, and now I'm coming on Drapion. Okay, the reason why I'm coming on Drapion is because I know he can take 1 more Dynamic Punch. So I wanted Grumpig to fire 1 more Dynamic Punch, and then he'll be low on energy, and then I can farm him down again with Palkia. But since he didn't fire, so that was yeah, it's a win for me. Yeah. So in the opponent's case, I think the reason why he didn't fire because he needed 2 moves, and he wasn't at 2 moves. He needed to fire 1 Dynamic Punch onto Drapion. Probably will take it out, and then fire the second one again onto Shadow Palkia. Yeah. Yeah, so as you go through the games, if you can identify your win conditions earlier, it would really help. Okay, Dewgong into Cacturne, advantage for me, so he swapped out. I'm gonna do 1 drill run onto Toxapex first, because I know I need to get it low enough so that I can continuously farm onto Palkia. So I want to keep Dewgong onto Cacturne. Okay, now that I go for a drill run, I think my thought process here was that I wanted to bring him as low as possible so that he has a fire or a Sludge Wave, it doesn't kill me, but I wanted a little bit more in the Dragon Breath range to farm down such that Palkia doesn't take so much damage from these poison jabs. Okay, so good, he went for the shield, even easier, so now I know I can farm down in Palkia. Since he went for the shield, now I'm not going to shoot, I'm not going to switch out, I'm going to save the switch advantage for myself, and then let's see what he does with... Yeah, Brian doesn't take out. Okay, I could have gotten to Icy Wind, but I didn't, so didn't manage to. So yeah, coming in Palkia, farm down this Toxapex. So whatever attack that comes in, even if it's a Brian, I got a shield. This is probably a Brian. Yeah, okay, so now we are on up energy with Palkia. Toxapex is down, and we have a Cacturne at the back. Cacturne with 0 energy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to farm a little bit just before Cacturne takes me out, and then I'm going to fire the Aqua Tail. So with the energy now, I'm about 4 counts of Dragon Breath before the next Aqua Tail. I'm going to switch out into Drapion, and he didn't shield, so I could have sniped. I sniped, and this is where it's a bit easier. Okay, so Palkia is not at a move. Golbat takes about 5 wing attacks to the first air cutter, so that gave me a significant advantage because Drapion can overfarm a little bit. Firing the first Aqua Tail. Okay, so now we are both on 1 shield. I cannot shield this first one. If I shield this first one, he can just go double air cutter and then on Drapion and on Palkia. So I needed to farm up to 2 Aqua Tails. Fire the first one onto Golbat. This will knock out, so he has to use a shield and take 1 more Poison Sting and fire again, which is where this second shield comes in for my side. Palkia is not at a move, so I can't rely on Palkia to be any useful here. Yeah, so I needed to farm 2 times onto Aqua Tail. So this is also another example why you shouldn't just throw your move when you get it, because when you have energy advantage, it's a lot better, and you can see your win condition even better as well. Yeah. Okay, next match. So the thing about this team is that Palkia is also quite weak when it's low on energy, which is why I didn't want to rely on Palkia. I had to no shield the first air cutter to save some HP, and then I know I needed the energy, so I farmed a little bit more to 2 Aqua Tails, or just below 2 Aqua Tails. Okay, again, Dewgong lead into Raichu. This is a bad lead for me. Raichu is super effective on everything, and although I have Drill Run, but it takes very long to get to, so I'm going to save swap into Drapion, and we'll see what he fires. I think this is just a Thunder Punch or a Discharge. Yep, so it doesn't do a lot. It gets me into yellow, but doesn't do a lot. I managed to pull out Claydol. Okay, I'm trying to go for 2 Aqua Tails. I'm not sure if I'll get there, so this will be on bad fast move timing. 2 Aqua Tails, I think will do a lot more significant damage than 1 Crunch. Unfortunately, I didn't get there, so I'm going to come in back with Dewgong. He has two leads of Mudslap ahead of me, so this should probably be a Scorching Sand. I don't know why he didn't go for Rock Tomb. That's a very funny question I have. Yeah, so I'm going for Farm and then Icy Wind. So it's about 5 Mudslaps to the first Scorching Sands, or to the next Scorching Sands, so I know I have time. So let's go Claydol. Okay, so he's coming back with Raichu. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fire the Drill Run. Yeah, at this point, I needed to shield. Okay, the reason being that my win condition right here that I can see is to fire off a Drill Run to try and put pressure onto the Raichu. But in this case, he went for a catch on Magcargo, thinking that it will be Icy Wind. So Drill Run coming in takes out more than 70%, and now I'm going to farm down on Palkia. So in this case, opponent really has no use for the shield, because now Palkia is going to be like just putting fast move pressure onto Raichu. So it doesn't matter whether he fires a move or not. I still have a shield, and even if he fires, he'll be dry later on, and I still can farm him down. So the 2 shields basically is useless for the opponent right here. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so just now the win condition was I needed to take down the shields, so that's why I shielded on Dewgong to put Drill Run pressure onto Raichu. Okay, Dugong into Damaritan. It's a balanced match. He could have used counter, I think, but this was an Incinerate Damaritan. So I'm going to pressure again directly on Drill Run. Icy Wind will be resisted, so there's no reason for me to use Icy Wind here. Even if I debuff that move, it's still quite strong because the Shadow Damaritan. Okay, so I've got a shield and I'm going to let Dugong basically go. Yeah. He's gonna fire again. Another Rock Slide. Okay, so what my plan here is to come in with Palkia to farm down, and then now I see the Whimsicott. So Whimsicott and Damaritan. Damaritan is low. He's not really at the next Rock Slide yet. I need to save my shields for Palkia because Whimsicott, most of the things are resisted on Drapion, like what you see. So I can overfarm a little bit, but not too much because I want some like health on Drapion for the last guy because I only see Whimsicott and Damaritan. So I'm gonna find the Aqua Tail. He probably will let this go. Aqua Tail, luckily it doesn't do a lot, so I can still get some farm down. On my side, I'm gonna save some health on Drapion and then farming down. So we have excess energy on Drapion, and now we come in with Decidueye. So this is the win condition. I need to fire one move such that he shields Decidueye. Assuming I don't use a shield, right? I'm gonna fire one move, try to get to the next crunch. This will take out the Decidueye because it's a Shadow Drapion, and then I'm going to pivot in with Palkia to farm down this Damaritan. Yeah. So that is the win condition here.